This week's episode of the Deckchair and Yumz podcast is brought to you by Take It Back! Take It Back! Are you a publicly funded broadcasting corporation who conducted an interview with a former member of the royal family who died in suspicious circumstances, but 25 years later you decide you want to take it back? Take it back! Are you the same public funded broadcasting company who for about 30 years hid a paedophile who wore a shell head? Take it back! Take it back! If you go to www.takeitback.com/yum. Yumz, well, is it yum? After an inquiry, we've decided it's not actually yum.com and get 25% off all your apologies today. That's a wee bit of satire by Princess Diana. My arms, I can play the fucking intro. Yeah, what's up, motherfucker? Yeah, what's up, motherfuckers? You're very welcome to the Deckchair and Yumz podcast. Connor just coughed directly into the mic during the intro because you're a professional.
Yeah, classy chick that I am.
Absolute classy bastard. It's Monday, the 7th of May.
No, the problem is I forget that we're doing the intro live now. We used to add it in previously.
I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
And I could do anything I wanted then.
I'm just here for the sex appeal.
Ooh.
You might be noticing, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a long time watcher, my arms are now exactly the same size because I've got that one coloured in.
Is you a wee bit swollen, sir?
It's not swollen. That's the actual size of it.
So let's think. Well, somebody did send us we'll do the Patreon questions later on, but somebody did.
A wee bit of a nappy rash cream on my new ink.
Somebody did send us a message about it, so we may as well cover it now. Somebody said, talk us through your tattoos, Mick. Is there any with a significant meaning or just like the design?
Well.
And Connor, do you have any? If not, and you had to get one, what would it be?
So this is technically, I think, my fourth tattoo. Right,
okay.
Because my first tattoo I got when I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
I got a wee tribal tattoo on my right arm because I made £200 one week. And is that a bit low?
It's cutting out a wee bit there. We got a new sound guy in, and
he's fucked off, and we don't know what we're doing.
we don't know. He left us with a sound, but
I'm just pantheling up my arm here.
We're learning at the moment how to work this fucking equipment.
This thing we've had for 6 months still haven't looked at. But so my first tattoo was it does have a meaning in the end.
Okay.
Because it means haha ma, I told you I had the balls to get a tattoo. Because I worked in Duns and I earned £210 one week.
Right.
And a girl I went to school with was like, yeah, I'm going to get a tattoo on Saturday, you come with me? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go show my man who's the man of the house. And I went and got a tattoo on my arm that got infected because it was so sore on the way back from the tattoo parlor. I limped into the house. So that was my first one. My second one then I got, it also has a meaning as well. And it's a lesson in toxic masculinity that just because a girl says in a pub, do you want to do something weird, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get your hole. Because I was at university and I was drinking with a friend of mine from my class and we were having a couple of beers during the day and she went, do you want to do something mental? And I was like, have sex. And then I ended up in a tattoo parlor. She got her ear re-pierced.
Right.
And I got a dragon on my back.
Good man.
It's still there. And then...
That's funny how tattoos work together, isn't it?
Yeah, my third tattoo was covering up the first tattoo, which is the Joker card.
Okay.
And that means...
Right, I'm going to need you to stay your head right on the mic.
Sorry,
because,
right here.
Until we get this sorted out, you're cutting out in this there.
Well, my third tattoo is just a Joker card because I take stand-up dead serious.
Uh-huh.
Then the fourth
Well,
tattoo...
sorry, what was it covering up?
The tribal one, the first one.
The tribal one, okay.
Yeah, and then the third one... No, 1, 2, 3, 4... This is my fifth tattoo! Look at me!
Ooh.
Fuck, you'd think I've been in prison. The Karate Kid tattoo just means wax on, wax off. And never give up, no mercy. Do you know what I mean? If you want to wash a car, wash it right. And then this one here...
so let us see this one then, because...
I feel like it's still... I forgot I put it on my hand. I thought a bird had shit on my hand for a second there. I was like, no, I did that.
Looking up around.
Lift that up, just because my shoulder, my shoulder's that fucking big, I can't get it all out.
You're such a tank.
I keep forgetting how high up it goes to.
Right, so hang on, we'll have to go live here, like, and bring the microphone with me. So
this is Veronica, the Phoenix.
Is that what it is? That's a phoenix.
So here's what happened.
Explain the whole ensemble.
So I want to give a shout out to Big Dom from Molly's Chamber Tattoo here in Oma.
In Oma, sure we do.
Who's done these bits of work here.
We do the best of everything in this fucking time.
So what has happened is I've noticed over the last few months that because I have tattoos on my right arm, not on my left arm.
Yes.
At the time, my kidder paw looked like I had a kidder
yes,
paw,
there was.
Right?
It did look like a wee bit, and we realized it was.
Them.
We realized it was like an optical illusion, and it must have been a tattoo.
So I was like, I'm going to have to get another tattoo then to recorrect this because I can't start wanking on my left hand, not at my age. So text Dom, who's done my other stuff, and I went, man, I want a new tattoo. I went, do you want to just fucking colour me in And Dom is definitely up for it. Mm-hmm. He's like, what are you after? I went, I don't know, right? But I've been looking about and I've seen this. So it's called Trash Polka.
Oh, okay.
The black and the red kind of. See the way the red's kind of faded, like.
See, whenever you put it up, I freaked out because I thought, is that fucking blood? Whenever he was doing it, I was like, are you bleeding?
Oh, here, you want to see what that looks like when it is bleeding?
I would say that.
But Dom's he's a great tattooist, and he also knows what I'm like. Mm-hmm. So I was like, man, I just want something like this, and sent him some stuff, and he was like, okay, I'll get with you. And he's very good at staying quiet long enough that I start panicking. Be like, Dom, what am I getting? And I was like, I've already got a dragon. I don't want another face because I've got a.
That's a lot of faith to put into somebody.
But he's great, man.
I know. Like, I just you can see it's fantastic. But I mean, you fuck knows what you could end up with. Did you got a draft of it beforehand?
He sent me a draft that I sent to you guys on Thursday.
But that's
night.
not the same.
That's not the same one.
Okay.
And he sent me the draft, and it had a samurai. Because basically, Dom knows that I want a tattoo that represents. I want to look like I'm in an 80s action movie.
Right.
So Dom knew that.
Uh-huh.
So he sent me one that had like a samurai in the background and then a fucking phoenix and stuff.
Because I knew your martial arts link as well.
Exactly, of course, because I'm a fucking trained killer.
With your nunchucks and stuff.
Yes, of course. And because I had talked to another tattooist who was like, you should get things you like.
Yes.
And I went, I can't have the words pints and riding. You know what I mean?
That would be great, actually.
Just tattoo finger marks to my dick over the calluses.
If your sixth tattoo is not pints and riding, I don't know.
That's going to be the name of my next year's Edinburgh show. Mickey Barter, pints and riding. So Dom sent me a sort of a rough draft design. I sent it to you two. He was like, that's class. Sent it to a load of my mates. They're going, that's deadly. Sent it to Colin Geddes. And he went, is that a chicken?
Oh, fucking eagle
And then
eyes.
I couldn't unsee the fucking chicken.
He would, whenever you showed it me, then I was like, yeah, it's
worst
fucking,
part is,
it's not even chicken, it's a cock.
This is the worst part. So I text Dom, right? And I was like, man, listen, show my girlfriend the rough draft. She went, looks like a chicken. She didn't have the heart to tell Dom to get us said it. Then I forgot my girlfriend was coming with me to get the tattoo. So I went for a piss and he was like, so it looks like a chicken, does it? And she was like, I didn't say that. And now I'm just in a web of deceit.
Oh my God, the drama that you caused.
So I turned up on Saturday morning having not seen this draft.
Right, okay.
And Dom went, what do you think of that? And I went, put that on me immediately.
And so that explains an awful lot. So your partner was with you at the
but
time.
here's the thing,
That's
Dom-
why you were acting so hard on the videos.
No, I was sore. I'll tell you about how sore I was in a second. But Dom's that good a tattooist. If I'd have turned up and he went, this is a tattoo of a dick on fire, I'd have been like, put it on, what the fuck? That's class. That is absolutely class.
And is there any hidden things in it?
Nah, I just wanted to colour it in.
Sure?
I might get a sleeve made out of it. I don't know. I suppose if anybody ever like, it represents rising from the ashes and getting back into life after a bit of normality because I am a mighty mythical bird called Sharon. And
all I see is a Q.
You would. Well, I look, you got the number 17, but there's no numbers in it. Oh, I understand.
There's 17 feathers and the fucking phoenix.
Phoenix is the 17th letter of the
it did have
Gregorian alphabet.
The curve of it, and then the wee stroke coming out. I thought, oh, there's a nice wee Q.
You're sitting everywhere. 6 hours that took.
That's actually not bad going for 6 hours, but is it not?
I won't lie to you. The last hour and a half, at one point I looked at it when it was half done, and I went, that's great. Man, that's fine. That's fine. That's grand. Leave it be.
Yeah.
It hurts like a motherfucker.
Explain to me because I don't. Yeah. So to answer the question of our patron, I don't have a tattoo. I've never had one. I don't have a piercing. I don't have any.
When it starts, right, it's actually quite relaxing. Right, so it feels like it. Get your back of your hand. It's like that.
Okay, that's
right. But it doesn't really annoy you. Then when it starts to your skin starts to get raw and your arm starts to swell up more, you're like, oh, that's getting even fucking annoying, right? And then depending on where it is, there's times where he'd be tattooing there and I can feel it here, and I'm like, oh, we're nearly finished. And you look around and you go, oh no, he's only started. And then you hear the words, now it's time for the white ink.
What does that mean?
So they do a wee bit of shading. So you see wee bits there in the claw and stuff like that. And it's a thicker needle, I think, isn't it? And then on top of that, it's right at the end. So your arm's just a raw wound.
Right, okay.
And they're like, and now we're going to do it again.
See, this is my problem is I'm not a fan of pain. I'm not really into it. I try to avoid it at all times if I can. So to pay somebody for pain, I know some people are into that too, and fair play to you, that's grand, it's just not my cup of tea. And I just never loved art enough to want to put it on my, you know what I mean? I don't. Because somebody said to me, what if you had to get a tattoo, what would it be? I wouldn't have a clue.
Big old joint.
Even then, that would be, you know,
yeah.
like even if like some fucking marijuana leaf, you know, all them things are all so cheesy and so cliche. I wouldn't do any of them things, so I have no interest in art.
I think that's why
something like that, maybe, you know.
I think it depends on what kind of like, because I think my tattoos are fucking ridiculous, and they suit me.
Yeah,
like that one there. I don't want to have sleeves.
I don't think
I want to walk up. I want to cut the sleeve off every shirt and jacket I have, and be like, look how fucking massive that is. I got that. That's forever. And I saw it 5 minutes before I got it.
See, this is the thing. I can't commit to anything that long.
You're married and have kids.
I can get rid of them tomorrow. You try and get rid of that tattoo tomorrow.
Wait, I suppose you can't laser a dollar off, can you? Not yet.
Not yet. We're trying. Yeah. So I mean, it's I never really knew.
I know some people just don't like them. I love them, and it's.
Oh no, I love them. As in, I love seeing them on people. But I just don't know if I could ever. Number one, I don't know if I could ever finalize what I would get done. I think it would do my fucking head in.
See, that's why mine are kind of like, they can all be hidden. If I decide in a couple of years, fuck, I don't like the Karate Kid anymore, I'll just wear longer sleeves.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? I would never get a fucking neck or a head tattoo, and even they look class on some people. I would just never.
I said last night, we were talking about your tattoo last night because you're on Instagram and stuff. You're of
course 8,000 followers.
Big star,
so much, guys. 2,000 more. We're up to swipe up again. So
give him the swipe up. He needs the swipe up.
I need it.
Follow him. Don't follow me because I'm doing anything, but follow that man. And I said to my wife, I was like, well, the reason why one of the main reasons I don't have a tattoo is I don't think tattoos suit fat people. I don't think it works. And she was like, well, rag and bone man,
he's a ride. Like,
actually, she was like, well, rag and bone man.
That's rude.
She likes the big man, but he maybe is the exception to the rule. But a normal thing, all I think about is the fucking the Spanish boys and the Latinas and the fucking prison, the big fat boys always wearing the fucking muscle vests. That's what I think of when I see fat boys.
I think it's weird too. Like the more tattoos you get, the more they'll start to suit each other. Do you know what I mean? Because you can have one tattoo. Because I'm starting to get nervous with this arm that it's the only thing on it.
Yeah.
So
already you're starting to get nervous with it.
It's weird. It's just strange.
So where does it stop then? Do you fill the full sleeve?
I don't know. Maybe
is that what you would be looking for? Would it be?
I don't know if it go any lower than that. I would like to maybe get. I might fucking psoriasis go mad, but I would maybe get something else down here. But then you see the thing is, I don't know if I like sleeves because I was going to get a sleeve on this arm, but I like that tattoo, and I don't want to get anything that maybe takes away from it. But you do find yourself being like, fuck, there's loads of empty space in my arm now. It's a weird, do you know what I mean? You're like, it looks...
It's like an addiction sort of thing. Yeah. And is that like, can you then see the Joker one?
Yeah.
Could you get colour added to that?
Yeah, probably.
You can now, yeah.
Yeah, because I actually might get that just toned or touched up a wee bit. Just
You're breaking out, is there? We're gonna.
I know I can't fuck. I don't know if I've done this thing. Right. But weird story though. I'm in getting tattooed, right? Mm-hmm. Speaking of weird people getting weird tattoos. Mm-hmm. So I'm just sitting there in agony, not agony because I'm a tank. Sorry, like. And a woman came into the shop. I don't know if I should be saying this in case it gets anybody in. Anyway, I'll fucking tell it. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. This woman came in her, I would say in her 50s. One of those people you go, I don't know if you're 38 or 61.
Yeah, right. I know them ones, yeah.
Kind of with a wee backpack and a pair of like mom jeans, baseball cap. Kind of a cute, looked like an American tourist.
Right, okay.
Looked like the kind of wee... Like I used to work in a bank, and now I'm just seeing the world in my
discovering myself.
I like smoking pot. Do you like guys like smoking pot? And she came in kind of flustered, like, "Did you do cover ups? Did you do cover jobs?" And Dom's missus was working behind the counter. She was like, "And what is your?" And I wasn't paying much attention. I was just looking at my tattoo and stuff. She's like, "I want white ink. I want a white ink tattoo." So white ink, like I said, is the shade and stuff. And white ink tattoos look a bit like scars. To be honest, they're kind of shit.
Right.
So the girl was like, "You'll have to ask Dom if he doesn't really do cover jobs." And I was going, "Well, that's a lie, because he covered one of mine up." And I'm like, "Why?" And then the woman came over, quite close, breaking COVID rules and stuff, and was like, "Do you do cover? I want a white ink cover job." And Dom was trying to be quite nice. He was like, "Listen, I don't really do them." Mm-hmm. And then he was like, "Where is the tattoo?" And she took her baseball cap off, and it was on her fucking forehead. Right? Now, I couldn't quite see it, because as soon as she took her hat off and pointed at it, I went, "Oh."
Forehead.
She had like a pagan fucking, or a Celtic kind of weird loop symbol thing on her forehead. Because it's white ink.
Well, that just when you were like, I don't know if I should say this in case I could identify her. I think we could.
Well, no, if she's a wee hat on, you won't know. And because it was white ink, you'd have to get up pretty close to fucking see it. But
holy fuck.
So she wanted like it touched up. And straight away, I was
Touched
like,
up, not covered up.
no, not covered up. Like she wanted it redone.
Oh,
How are you going to cover up a tattoo in your forehead with a bigger tattoo?
Well, I didn't know. You said cover up, so I didn't.
Unless you get the word
I never
top.
thought.
Do you know what I mean? This way up.
This way up.
Just fucking. Just the words for dancing.
What way? Like, who initially thinks? I always think about that about Mike Tyson, about the face tattoo.
Aye.
And I always think you'd have to be as crazy as Tyson. And you'd
he
have
still
to be.
does? He does it.
Oh, yeah, but you'd have to be as out there as Tyson, and you'd have to be. I don't mean crazy because the guy's a good guy, but you'd have to be that much of a
You'd
fucking
have to be
animal.
a hard.
And
yeah, you'd have to be the kind of person nobody would go, "What the fuck's that in your?"
But I also think you'd have to be black. I know it's quite racist, but I think a face tattoo on a white person is not.
I don't know.
It reeks of white supremacy, but on a black person it doesn't
I'm with
for some
you on that,
reason.
yeah, because I suppose and definitely.
I don't know why. That's another racist cliche. I don't know why the fuck that
there's
is.
definitely a
But
thing in like movies and stuff when you see somebody with a face tattoo, you're like, that cunt's fucking insane.
yeah,
But now because tattoos have become so mainstream and it's a lot more hipstery,
yeah.
Post Malone as an example.
Yeah.
I knew who that was.
Post Malone. Yeah.
Like he's got what are the words on his cheeks? What do they say? Always tired. I mean, I would get that. That's a Mickey Bartlett type of tattoo. Shattered head.
Should be on my fucking group.
Fucking busted.
On my tombstone.
Yawn. Ing. Like hair fever. Because there's a guy.
Bats was here.
There's a guy called Teddy Swims. He's a singer.
Right.
He's like a YouTube singer, and he has a tattoo where his eyebrow should be. Right. And I haven't seen it, but I'm like, I really hope it just says eyebrow.
Well, there is that thing now where, like, if you zoom in really close, it's his eyebrow. But I mean, women do get that done.
Get their eyebrows tattooed on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially when they get older.
Fuck me, who's that?
Is that post Malone? The head and everything, like the whole lot. And fair play to them. Yeah, I don't understand.
I think I suppose it's like head ones or I don't.
The women doing the eyebrows thing blew my mind because I mean it really looks very realistic and it's so detailed. But you can understand the reason for that. On the face, you have to get it done because obviously you're losing hair, or whatever. But somebody doing that or teardrops, you know that fucking criminal one.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's fucking.
Again, that'll just be my hair fever. Eye drops. There's because I know there's a thing for bald guys where you can get hair tattooed on your scalp.
Yes, I've seen that. Yeah.
And it looks fucking ridiculous. There's a sitcom, right? What do you call the girl that used to be fucking Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Melissa Joan Hart. Yeah.
She was in a sitcom, right? That was quite recent. I can't remember what it was called, and I think
Melissa and Joey. Is that what it was?
Yes, and the guy was bald. Then he had hair in like a later season, but at one point he had a fucking hair tattoo.
Oh no way!
Because it looks like he's got a shaved head, but it's shiny as fuck.
Right.
And
sure it wasn't implants like fucking
no.
Wayne
You
Rooney's
could tell.
implants. No,
you could fucking tell because whenever he went like that, his hair would wrinkle. And that's like. As a man who's going bald, that is one thing I'm like, that would never even fucking cross my mind.
Not a chance.
Imagine getting a ginger scalp tattoo. So I just want to look like a badass Weasley.
If you were going to do it, you would do it like you would put a cartoon style fucking hairstyle.
Oh, yeah. I would just get Mickey Mouse ears tattooed on.
Or you do Tintin.
See? Like, that's so weird looking.
What is that?
That's a skin tattoo thing.
Oh, it's a skin tattoo? All right, okay, right.
And it's so even. Do you know what I mean? It's obviously like that's exactly where your hair would be. You're like, no one's hairline is that straight. No. It's so strange looking.
But it would be expensive too, that would be.
I suppose it would depend just on who does it.
And did the tattooists dominant? Did they know who this woman was? No,
he'd never seen her before. I think he immediately sent her to somebody else in Oma or somebody in Strabane. And the three of us were just like, what the fuck? Do you know when something happens and you go, I can't believe that just happened?
I honestly haven't. Apart from walking down a city like a New York or a London, or whatever, I don't think I've ever seen anybody with a face tattoo.
I've seen people with face tattoos, like, and you see them more and more.
I've seen necks and stuff, but I've never actually seen the face thing, and locally, like, so she definitely would stand out in Oma. That's what I'm trying to say.
That woman in Glasgow, wasn't she? Like, or she was at one point, was the most sort of piercing tattooed woman.
Yeah, you'll see her just
about Glasgow,
but you're not going to see them about Oma.
You will now. Whenever she gets her coven together, because that was clearly some sort of fucking.
Well,
I'm afraid to be talking about it now. I bet I go to bed tonight. She just crawls out of the duvet. Make fun of me, will they?
You touch it up.
Aye, hocus pocus.
So that was 6 hours on Saturday.
6 hours on
tattoo.
Saturday. And I can't like it's
Acting all hard because your woman was there too. Like, oh,
not even that one. No, because I genuinely got to the stage where it was going, this hurts like fuck, and I was laughing because it's like annoying pain. It's not like it's not agony. It's at no point are you going fuck I can't deal with this. You're just like that's really winding me up. And these bits in here where he was getting
they'd be real tender in the inside.
Have you ever had your tickles just fucking stab with a needle? I'm like, that's supposed to be funny, but you're going, ah! It's like when your dad tickles when you're a kid. You're like, fucking stop it! And it did get to a point where I don't know if I don't know if it was psychological, because that's the first tattoo I've got with colour on it.
Right.
But I always find whenever I got the one done on my back, it hurt the most because I couldn't watch him doing it.
Oh, right, okay.
So I was just like,
oh, does it make it easier then if you can see them?
Well, this is what I thought, right?
Oh, right, okay.
But then when I'm watching Dawn tattoo the red bits, my brain was going, fuck, you're bleeding, hit him. And I could feel my shoulder, like trying to throw a dig at him.
That's all I can say. When I seen the red, I was like, is that blood?
Like,
what the fuck?
The sorest bit of it, like a 6 hour tattoo, is your arse goes numb.
Oh, right.
That's the worst bit. You're like, fuck, my hole's killing me.
And is it 6 solid hours, no break? For fag and
half an hour break. I had a couple of fags towards the end where I was going, I just need a wee fucking group here.
Aye. No, I couldn't do it, folks. Sorry. Not for all the tea in China.
No, I don't know. I don't have. I think like I couldn't get like my chest or you'd need to be ripped to fuck. I think to get chest tattoos.
Can they tattoo nipples? I could do a couple of them. I don't know if you could tattoo them on.
Oh, you want your vinegar lids?
Vinegar lids. I'd like to get them popping out.
Why did you?
But you'd have to do 3D, wouldn't you?
Why did you just get like fucking? What do you call that vinegar brand?
Sarsons.
Yeah, just get that.
The label of
just get that brown and white. I think it'd be a great idea.
The areola could just be the wee cap.
Areola squared. tell you what is interesting though about getting a tattoo, and I don't know if it's just this weather, right? That's fucking take the podcast a bit negative for a second here, Connor.
You couldn't get negative with that weather, Mikey. Sure, it's great. I don't
know what the fuck is going on in this last week, but I have gotten wild sick of people trying to be funny at me on the internet again. Fuck me, purple. I'm about to choke some cunt.
You know it's starting to get back to normal again, don't you? Because that's what it was like before lockdown. Everybody thought they were just,
I swear to fuck. So, last Tuesday, I did General Banter podcast.
Yes,
right?
That's right.
And shout out to Colin Geddes, obviously. Geddes on the podcast. And this is the entire, I've told you about this, you've listened to it, right? The entire conversation. Geddes goes, where does Keezy and you stand on the vaccine? I was like, well, Keezy's always said he would get the vaccine. I've said I'll probably get it because I'll have to get it, but I'm not really happy about getting. That's about it. Geddes went, I got it because Maureen wasn't well. I think if you're healthy enough, you maybe shouldn't have to get it. And I was like, yeah, that was all we said. Straight away in the comments when it goes up, fucking anti-vaxxer. And I'm like, what the fuck? Right? So I'm getting called for an anti-vaxxer. On top of that, under the comments, there was a debate between people who listen to General Banter over who was funnier, me or Aaron McCann.
Oh,
right?
Lovely, yes. And that's what everybody likes to see.
Just this film, get Aaron back on the podcast. Get fucking Mickey back on the pod. Get Aaron and Mickey back on the podcast, but don't get Mickey or Aaron back on the podcast. Anti-vaxxers. And I'm starting to go, turn the internet off.
Reset the whole
turn it off
fucking
to
plant.
Fuck, right? So then we come in here on fucking Friday night and do the agony hour. Two of our fucking patrons phone in and go, we think every time Mickey gets naked on the internet, his God takes his hairline off him. And I had found myself having to go, don't do it, Mickey. Because I'm a professional comedian, right? I'm Mickey fucking Bartlett. And the amount of times people have said things to me and I'm going, do you have any idea what beast I'm having to tame here? Because I could slag you so much. And I mean anybody, right? Because this is what happened yesterday. Then, put the photo of the tattoo up. Get this guy who wrote in going, it looks like a 2-year-old scribbled on your arm. And I had enough. And I just wrote, suck my dick. Just wrote back to them, right?
Right away.
Then straight in then the fucking Muggle comedian banter, right? Bingo.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's like, oh, was that your comeback? I thought you were supposed to be a comedian. And I'm like, here we fucking go.
Lovely.
Right? So there's just back and forward, right, with this dude, to the point where I went, I'll refer you to my original comment. He said that Northern Irish comedians aren't as good as Southern Irish comedians.
Okay,
and
good.
I'll refer you back to my original comment, but I'll say it in Irish for you. So suck my dick with a fada. Right? Then he said something else back. He went, he said, I'll wait until your mum's finished first. And then I wrote back, I'm pretty sure that was your mum. Because there was no waiting needed. There was no waiting, no spitting, no mess. Right? And then he reported me to Instagram. That cunt started.
Fuck me.
Right? And then I put a photo up on Facebook of my tattoo. Some guy was like, "Oh, that looks like a chicken," right? And I immediately click on this guy's profile and go, "Oh, morbidly obese Iron Maiden fan," right? Who had 666 tattooed on his bicep. And I was down to write, "Is that what the scales say when you stand on them, you fucking loser?" Right? Because here's the thing you need to understand, ladies and gentlemen. I am a professional comedian, right? Said this to James way up today. What do you hear? If I let it go,
I know.
Right,
but we all are like that, yeah.
But I'll get mentioned in your suicide note.
Yeah.
Right? If you fucking put...
And you'll be cancelled. Yeah, that's
for
the problem,
some reason, comedians have to be the ones that are like...
Do you know what? The only equivalent...
I'm sick of the fucking back thing.
The only equivalent is... Because ours is verbal. So obviously ours is the verbal attack we can do. It's like walking up to Conor McGregor and starting a fight with him.
Aye.
And he knows that he could beat the fucker, but he can't because he might lose his fucking job. Yeah, so he has to stand there and just take and go.
It's like if you walked up to Tyson and punched him and he knocked you out, and then you went, "What'd you do that for?"
That's it. What you hit me for?
Aye. It's like walking up, kicking a lion in the bollocks, and then going, "Stop biting."
I don't know. We've talked this before. There's always been this weird thing with comedians that apparently because you've made the step to going to the stage. So you are automatically open to ridicule, which is very strange.
But there's also a thing that I don't think people understand is the amount of redrafts we go through when writing jokes where you go, "That's too far."
Yeah.
Or "That's just hurtful." Or "That's just fucking whatever."
Yeah, that's a form of bullying. You can tell which ones, and even you're dealing with the crowds, whatever they get.
And muggles
they don't see
that. And then they go, "I can do that. Faggot." What? No. I just want to say, faggot. No, that's not how it works. Oh, N-word? No, that's not how it works. But
it's getting worse actually.
I think what's annoying me at the minute is I can't do stand up.
Yeah, so you're not getting that release out, like
antsy.
You're not getting some student from Queens who is going to get the brunt of it normally. Yeah. Just that we release. Last
summer, I've told this story in the podcast before, and I'm actually friends with this man now. We've gone drinking since.
Right.
When I sat down at a table in a bar, and the guy went, "You comedian?" I've told you this, and I was like, "Yeah, you've been on TV?" And I went, "Yeah." And then he tried to say it must have been a big TV because you're fat as fuck. But he got all, "Fuck, I'm big at TV, fuck," right? Started panicking. And I'm like that. And as he finished his joke, I just went, "All right. You ready?" For the rest, every time the man opened his mouth, I don't know about big TV.
You always give the first one. I'll give you the first one for free.
Because I can fucking, I'll rope it up the fucking, but it just, there's nothing fucking annoys me more.
Oh, man.
Because the amount of times you want to go, "You're not funny."
Yeah.
That's shit. And when people say I'm not funny, that's what pushed my button as well. A guy on Facebook, I'm like, fucking. The Muggle Banter bingo is it's my pet peeve. I'm going to write it out sometime, so whenever it happens and go, "This is pre-recorded." Yeah. I knew you were going to say that because I could tell by your fucking profile photo, you loser. You've got a photo of a Scania. That's how I know you're going to go, "Thought you were a comedian." Yeah, fucking back to your fucking office job. Yeah, fucking civilian fuckwit. You fucking big fucking.
Leave my fucking
Gimpy fucking gap-toothed fucking. Smelly bastard with an ugly wife. You fucking hate your fucking job. The only thing stopping you from fucking killing yourself is the fact you're afraid not to pay your mortgage off. Yeah, fucking loser. Driving a fucking Corolla. Yeah, with a CD player. Yeah, fucking dick. Don't you still listen to tapes?
I just finished my coffee here.
I went home with Sky Plus something else. Yeah, fucking no friend wank stain you. Yeah, fucking. Fucking text selfies like this and calling me ugly. Yeah, fucking scabby, fucking psoriasis faced, fucking smelly hair. Bet you your toilet paper always breaks every fucking time, and I hope it keeps happening. I hope every time you take a shit, you have to bite it out of your fucking big long nails because you're afraid of nail clippers. Yeah, fucking weird OCD but smelly direction cunt. I've got OCD, so I can't wash myself. Suck my fucking balls. Yeah. Fucking Pash remarkable fucking soon to be dead fucking clotted artery fucking wank stain. Your ma doesn't even like you. Your ma faked her own death. That's how much it doesn't like you. Yeah.
Come and taste what a clean set of balls tastes like.
Yeah. Sorry about all that.
So
there's
a lot of love in you.
Yeah, there's nothing I fucking hate more. Not like, do you know what I mean?
That's so annoying.
Because you wouldn't do it in real life. Would you walk into this? Imagine just walking in and going, fat, and then walking away. You wouldn't do it. So why do it when you're sitting on your own toilet having diarrhea, probably by the sounds of your dad? Yeah, fucking ugly. Fucking brush your hair. Fucking smelly cunt.
There's times, but when some cunt does that
about a year.
in a pub, if you're in a pub, all you want to do, because you know you can't, as you say, you can't really properly fight back, you just want to shoosh the whole bar and go,
and then shh. Turn that TV off.
Yeah,
Mere.
go ahead. Do it again there.
Yeah. You have the floor.
Yeah, take the whole room to yourself.
It's like
have fun.
When you see comedians going, you take the mic.
Yeah.
They immediately go, no, I don't want to do that. Right. There's nothing. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, there's nothing.
Nothing fucking annoying. Like,
but I've
slagging me off wearing sandals 3 sizes too small. You fucking big elephant toed fuckwit. Walking out there.
I was having to go with your sandals.
I don't wear sandals. I wear Crocs. Man, because I'm cool.
Crocs with socks. So, okay.
If you're going to slag me, just be imaginative about it.
Yeah,
I love getting slagged if it's funny.
Get a bit of creativity.
Because I'll go, well done.
Yeah.
That's whenever I used to play fucking Fat Shame Mickey on Instagram. Very funny. People would genuinely put work into it, and I'd be like, that's hilarious.
That's what, yeah.
I'm not against getting slagged off.
No, it's done well. Yeah, absolutely.
But there's nothing I hate more than just being a fucking bully. Because
when does the comedy start?
Do you know what? Do you know when it starts? When you take your wee tiny fucking green and white dick out, you fucking virgin fuckwit.
We should come up with a
your
comedian.
Your dick's just foreskin. You've no meat in it. Nor do you have a need for it. You fucking ugly loser, probably asthmatic by choice, because you need an excuse to not have a personality. You fucking gluten tart, fucking suck my dick, fucking back acne riddled fucking her. You still wear kickers? I bet you still wear kickers.
The more you went on there going, he's just describing himself.
I know. I have 2 fake accounts just so I can give me some fucking energy on a Monday morning.
You should come up with a Muggle Banter bingo card.
You
really should come up with it.
And get it tattooed of himself. Yeah.
I go, that's number 18.
That's you there. 2 fat ladies. By the way, it just... I've been keeping that in all weekend. You can't type that. Do you know what I mean?
And the worst thing is, if that was, but you're right. If that was somebody who put up their new tattoo, and it's only nobody else would say that. Nobody would have a go at it. They would ridicule it maybe behind your back, but they would never have the balls to go, "Oh, it's fucking shit." Look like a child. You know, you never only whatever
also,
it is.
Here's the thing: the ones that go, "Oh, that's shit." Remember, private profiles, no photo on it. Do you know what I mean? Photo of a Scania. It's a photo of a Scania or a fucking sports car you don't own.
What was I seen the back of a Scania one day? 100,000 horses and 1 donkey.
Cool story. Listen.
That's why. No, but what point I was getting at, he spent money on getting this put on the back.
I mean, in fairness, I do enjoy people that have a big lorry or some sort of dopey thing. Like tapping ass and hauling grass is the best thing I've ever seen in a bumper sticker. It's the people that have private profiles on the internet.
No, suppose you have a picture of a Scania, but don't drive a Scania.
Oh, yeah. No, because you know they drive the Scania. If they're standing in front of it like that, you're going, no, he drives that. He's bought and paid for that.
No, he's the type of cunt that goes in the car park, and this is the Scania this is the one I want to own.
Quick before your man goes back.
Before he goes back, he's way in the shade there. No, that's the type of cunt that is. Or stands in front of an Evo or a fucking a real fancy car. I'm going, this is my car.
There's nothing. I wanted to be one of those when I was younger. Right?
Oh, did you want to be a petrol head? Did you?
When Fast and the Furious came out, right?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I remember being like, I want that. Right. I want neon strips on the side of my Renault Clio. Right?
Yeah, see, I was 1920. All I wanted was Michelle Rodriguez. I didn't give a fuck about the cars.
I wanted all that carry. I actually preferred Monica. Do you remember that girl? Mm-hmm. Like the big old Chinese titties. Because they're hard to find, even on the internet. But always was like, fuck, I'd like to, that'll be good crack to do a car up. And I still get why people would go on a cruise, go out cruising and all that carry on. What I don't get, right, about people that have fucking sports cars, and this is where I start to think you're a fucking loser, right? You've got a cool sports car, but you drive about in it like that. Right? And you're like, they don't know it's me.
With the windows tinted. Nobody's in it.
You spent fucking 40 grand and not take responsibility for the car you own. Yeah, fucking. And then you come to slag me off on the internet. Yeah, fucking red diesel into a petrol engine, fucking sun strip, Just a wee bit of cloth around my seatbelt. What a badass fucking muffler loving
Furry
fucking
dice having motherfucker.
Can't get a fucking woman. The passenger seat's fucking still drags. You've never fingered anybody in your life. Yeah, fucking Subaru loving fucking Skyline cunt.
Fuck you and all De Niro on us here. The face and everything went all fucking. Whew.
Whew. Anyway, any questions?
So listen, please let Mickey know what you think about his tattoo.
That's all the things I didn't say in the acne over the last 3 months. Don't fucking phone me on a Friday night.
Yeah, we had our last agony hour for a while, if maybe ever. Because people are back in pubs. The whole point, our Friday night live thing just came about because of lockdown.
Yeah,
remember we were supposed to do 3 quizzes because 3 weeks flat the curve.
A year ago.
So that was
almost, yeah.
So we're off Friday nights now.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to the pubs because we're hopefully gonna be gigging soon. I got a wee poster there. I'll send you the details. There will be details of the wee sort of mini outdoor tour.
All right, okay, yeah.
I'll be happening sort of June time.
When? June?
So,
right, where are you going?
We're going to be in, let me just double check.
May as well do the promotion now. You won't
do a bit of promo while we're fucking here. Where the fuck is it? I got this on my phone.
As a beer garden sort of stuff?
I picked up your So we're going to be in Banbridge, Warrenpoint, Castledurg, Ballygolly, Toonbridge, Antrim. Then we're looking at Larne, and I've just messaged the guys about possibly going up to Draperstown.
Oh, yes.
If Paddy and the lads are up for it.
Okay.
So there will be some more dates added on, I think, during the course of the summer. Just we're waiting to see what the crack is. And then we'll see what indoor stuff we're allowed to do.
So they're all outdoor then?
They're all
outdoor
outdoor at the minute.
Yeah,
at the minute.
Okay, right.
So yeah, we're going to be back on the motherfucking road.
Nice.
So yeah, I'll be telling some jokes and shit like that. And then obviously the Ulster Hall is available 10th of September. Get your tickets, get involved. I was telling James some of the sort of ideas I have for new material. He laughed his balls off.
Nice.
But then again, he laughed at Carlos Emphysema. Nobody else did, so he's a bad judge of character. Yeah, fucking tattooed, laptop carrying about, fucking loads of cameras bobbing.
Loads of camera carrying cunt.
Fucking fancy lights, drives a better car than me. Fucking.
Oh, it's all coming out today. Here we go.
Lovely fucking buys you presents. What a nice man, wanker.
I'm afraid to fucking speak.
Don't you fucking start me. Yeah, fucking.
Don't. Just don't. Imagine we did. I would end up going crying.
There's supposed to be a roast of me at some point on Zoom in a few weeks. And I think I'm just going to do that for everybody. Don't you fucking start me, yeah, fucking. Can't make your wife come. What can I get an hour out of that?
I don't know. Depends on the comedian.
That could be a good hour where it's just like every so often the screen, like the screen behind me is just a picture of a famous person. It comes up fucking.
And you're away then, just
it just comes up. And I just have to rant about them. Rishi Sunak, I'm not going to say Packy, but you know what I mean. You fucking Tory, fucking brown skin. Well, I'm dead on, but you're not really. You fucking rich.
No, you just stop at that one.
I know. Sorry,
that's a wee bit too much.
Let's do some questions here because I fucking very stressful.
You got that out. If you put that's a wee bit therapeutic.
It's nice just to...
That's what we're here for. Here for.
And by the way, I'm some balls on my too because I haven't said it to any of the people who slagged me off. I've just done it on this.
Oh, this is a safe space.
Aye.
This is our safe space. Yeah. Safe space.
It's nice to be...
Face space. Hand space. Right. Questions? Okay.
Tell me what you think about this. You fucking cheeky.
Right. First one's for Maggie. Oh, jeez, here we go.
Good.
Why are you such a No. For Mickey, do you walk your... This is a weird one. Do you walk your dog clockwise or anti-clockwise around the park? I walk clockwise, but I'm a prod. Just wondering if the Catholics like to do it differently. 2
things. 1, atheist. 2, I just walk the dog forward. That's the direction he tends to want to go in.
Where do you go? Do you go left or go right?
Depends on the park. Depends on where...
It goes around, sure.
Yeah, but it depends what way you go in.
You're still going around, aren't you?
No, you might go a different direction. Like if I go into Lurgan Park, if I go right, then I'll go right, and if I go left, I'll go left. So it depends on what.
Which one do you normally go?
It depends what way I come in again. If I come in the Lock Road, not the Lock Road, what do you call that road? Is the Lock Road?
So that's the Catholic end. So you come in the Catholic end, which way do you go?
I'm not going to walk up, park my car in the Protestant end of Lurgan to walk the dog around our park. Atheist, swear to God.
Is it clockwise or anti-clockwise? So what way?
Clue.
Right. Okay, there you are. So that's a good one. So
Digital watch.
Smartwatch. So yes, I would say he probably goes.
I mix it up because I throw the ball for the dog and stuff.
Well, there you are.
Throw a frisbee, but I don't just let him walk and then shout.
Well, that's the atheist.
play with
That's
him.
the atheist answer. There is no path.
Yeah, exactly. There is no clock. Whoa, I know kung fu.
Right.
Is that? Do you think,
That was.
I mean, I know there's a lot of difference between Catholics and Protestants.
I don't think that's a specific one.
I know, but I mean, like I know like the H and H. The whole, we go to
Listen, we may have exposed.
heaven, yous go to L. But I didn't think walking a dog.
Yeah, I don't.
Is there a traditional route for dog walking for Protestants? Is that what the crack is?
They can't be rerouted. I don't know. Maybe we've uncovered something that we never thought of before.
I think when Protestants bring those ball flingers, don't they? They'll fling the ball and then immediately do that with it. And obviously need 30 of their mates to walk behind them with a drum.
And a form filled in.
Yeah, and it has to be a male dog. Female dogs are allowed to walk.
No
Female dogs have to time back and make sandwiches.
Oh, fuck. Right. Question for Connor. What's it like being an influencer now? I'm an influencer now.
You're an influencer now?
I must say that food post look unreal. Also, Mickey, that new tattoo makes you a ride and a half. Hope you're well, lads. All the best.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you. Nice person who understands.
He knows the crack. He knows the crack. I just
Fuck.
I posted a picture of getting something to eat on Friday here in Oma, the new food truck. Bao buns.
Oh, the bao buns, aye. Is it still there?
Beef brisket. No.
I can't believe I didn't. I just went and got a sausage roll. You should have went to bao buns.
Oh, I don't know. It's only opens at 5 o'clock. But so no, there was no payment involved in that, so that's why there was no hashtag ad.
This isn't a paid ad.
No.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel.
I just liked the food, so I took a photograph of it.
Yeah.
Is that I'm an influencer now?
Yeah.
I really don't think so.
Listen, check shirts are coming back now because of you. So
I don't know if about that. I think it's just
edibles are definitely fucking.
they're definitely coming back because of me. Yeah. But check shirts. I mean, that's just a fat man's limited choices. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think has any? This is just off the top of my head. Has anybody ever made edibles underwear? Because that would be.
Oh,
imagine coming up, going down.
Imagine going down and not ever coming up again.
Imagine getting caught mouth doing that.
Oh, well, you'd never be dry. Not down there.
I don't know.
Not if you're doing it right. Diane Dodds is visiting Armagh Tech on Wednesday, and I'm going to pretend to be a homosexual for the duration she's in my presence. Are there any genuine, fully retarded questions you want me to try and sneak in? Oh, yes, please.
Okay, fuck. I wish I'd read that quick. Give me a pen and paper. Have you an email address? Is she a creationist?
I don't actually know where her stance is. I assume she is, but I'm not too sure.
Ask her if she had anything to Ken. Just keep asking her.
No, we need to get proper questions. Ask
her questions as if they're about Nigel Dodd, but make it out like you think.
There is an S in the name, you know.
Yeah, well, but make it out that you think that Ken Dodd's her husband. Listen, when your husband did the Royal Variety Show, I just keep doing it.
Remember, he was in prison.
Yeah.
And then you have to go,
tax
no,
evasion?
he wasn't in tax evasion. He wasn't in prison. He was. I remember he came out and about.
Do you not find it very strange to kiss on buck teeth? So things like that. Is that your feather duster?
You definitely could be.
And then take it even worse and get Ken Dodd confuse a Rod Hull.
Where's Emu now?
Where is the Emu?
Who holds a puppet? Do you store it in a warehouse? I think there should be a question about dinosaur bones, just for the crack.
Yeah.
That usually just fires things up. But again, if you're pretending to be, I don't know if that's a good thing to pretend to be homosexual. Could you not just find somebody who is homosexual and get them to ask questions?
No,
because it's a wee bit, conceited.
I think you should really change the wording to just be really, really camp.
Yeah, just not to say anything.
Not say anything.
Let her
be the one
that
assumes that you're. Keep referring to your partner and then reveal your partner's a woman.
Oh, that will be the one. Or you're talking about,
whatever, depending on what gender.
Or even just campaigning for LGBT rights, but you're not part of the community.
Yeah.
So she'll just assume that you are.
Yeah. Just be like, as an out and out homophobe, I would like to see more rights extended to the LGBTQI plus community. Or
oh man,
talk about right. Talk about how much you love marching. Make it out like you love the 12th, but at the end, boom, reveal it's pride.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Also,
I love the pageantry.
Yeah.
And
I love the colours, the scheme.
The music is amazing.
The outfits. I love the fact that it's just everybody's together. I love the fact there's no girls there.
I was just going to say, I mean, it does. The orange order does sound a wee bit
also,
like Pride.
just for the sake of equality and sort of cross-community efforts, if you could also arrange some sort of meeting with a Sinn Féin politician and then do weird stuff that they don't like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, say, I never go to Wex. You know what I mean?
What you really should be doing, let's be honest.
Say, like, you just open doors without knocking, because that's kind of like, not phoning a bomb warning.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make sure that people know that we're not shinners.
Yeah.
Just fuck them too. Like.
I think what you could be doing is, because she's the Minister for the Economy, isn't she?
Uh-huh.
You just agreed with
just
that.
Ask her loads of maths questions.
No, I would just riddle her with cryptocurrency questions and ask her when we're going to do crypto mining.
Even better, riddle her with Economy 7 heating questions. Because that could be an RHI wee thing, do you know what I mean?
Does she have a heater? Do you want your
Just start the question with, Diane, if I have 2 dicks in my mouth, how many more do I need to be Irish Robinson? Topical.
Fuck. Yeah, I'm 20. Am I too old for Irish now? Right, who's next? Will there ever be a Deckchair and Yumz Clips YouTube channel with highlights from the pod? Not if we're in charge of it.
Not if we're...
Let's be honest.
Nah.
I don't want to do it. James? James says yes.
We'll hook something out if
That's
you want.
a verbal contract with a nod. So, any side of the new merch could we pre-order so you'd know the demand for different items? Yes, we thought about the pre-order. I do have our lighters and grinders there, but we wanted to get new t-shirt designs for the summer, so we might do a pre-order maybe.
We want to do a few sleeveless t-shirts if you've got sweet ink like me. Buff. It's also just me. I just cut the sleeves off t-shirts.
Who's next? I can't remember hearing Mickey's deep sea diving stone story. Can we hear it? Loving the podcast. Live in New Zealand. Listen to us. Give me a feel of home. We did do it already. Yeah, we told the story.
We've told a few.
Yeah, it doesn't do justice. Go back and find it. That'll be a journey for you, because we did cover it on here, didn't we?
Very, very, very basically. One time,
wasn't my fault.
It was definitely Connor's fault. We were at a gig with a comedian whose name I'll not mention just in case he doesn't like people knowing he's a stoner. And somebody I know who's also a comedian, but I'll not use his name just in case anybody thinks that he is sitting beside me. Brought down several courses of I think I'll not say marijuana because I don't want anyone to think that we were smoking weed, but one of them was called cheese, and the other was called Kush, and there's 2 fellas called Cheese and Kush. Aperitifs. And I smoked a wee bit of the cheese course, and the person who provided me with the cheese course went, that's just to get the palate cleansed. And I thought to myself, well, I better not tell him that I can't feel my fucking feet. So we watched the stand-up show, had a few pints of Guinness. Afterwards, we smoked another little, and I maybe had 3 or 4 draws.
That's right, yeah.
Major. Then I ate what turned out to be the loudest packet of crisps in the world.
During a lecture from said comedian.
About
on Protestant history.
On Protestant history and very important matters.
On
and all I could think was, fuck me, these crisps are loud. I remember dropping one of them on the floor and it went boom. I figured out that all I could hear everything as long as I was looking at it. Because I had the lip read, I couldn't focus, so I had to read people's lips. And as I was thinking that, I thought to myself, this must be what it's like to wear a deep sea diving helmet. And then Aaron McCann, who may or may not have been there.
He was engrossed in the lecture.
Went, Mickey, you all right? And I just went, deep sea diving helmets, man.
Was out of the corner of my eye, I could see the hand reaching for the crisps.
It was so loud.
I thought, what's wrong? And was it a snooker ad years ago when the guy takes a bite of the crisps and puts a snooker player
Real
off?
McCoys or something?
Real McCoys.
Yeah.
That's what it was like. It was like that crunch that just echoed throughout the whole conversation.
It was so, and I thought it was just, I was like, is that in my head or is that actually happening to everybody else? Can they all hear it?
We all heard it.
Yeah.
So yes, that was the deep sea.
I was fucking.
You did that there.
Yeah. Did I do that as well? I don't remember that, but
right on deep sea diving helmet. But then you explained to us that that's what it felt like. I felt like it was, but at the time you didn't give any context. You just went deep sea diving helmet.
I'm hilarious.
Thank you for that to our Kiwi listener in New Zealand. Don't know why that.
I'm just scratching this arm because this one's itchy. Oh, it's so nice.
Right. In this post-pandemic transition back to normality, do tomatoes deserve to be in a full breakfast?
Fuck
yes or
no,
no?
tomatoes can get the fuck.
No.
Tomatoes belong on a pile with onions. I don't get it. I get the flavour, but I do not get the texture of a tomato one.
I don't mind a tomato, but you know what they do in England? In the fucking the greasy spoons in London cafes? It's tinned tomatoes. I went and got a fry and this fucking... I was like, what the fuck?
England, man. Yeah.
Fucking tomatoes, mate.
You like your fat, you love it, mate. You want some
fucking
ice?
tin, mate.
You want some ice, mate? You fatty, Brexit means Brexit, mate. You go home. Don't like it, go home, mate. Go, fatty, you love it, mate. Two wars, one World Cup, hey, you fucking love it, mate.
Tomatoes was in there somewhere. Yeah, so we're going to go on a unanimous no.
Yeah.
I can have them if I have to,
It's
but
a texture thing for me.
it feels like I'm eating fruit, and fruit don't belong in a fry, even though I know it's a vegetable.
Fruit doesn't belong in a fry.
Fruit don't belong in a fry. Motherfucker.
There's a thing. Have you ever, it's one of the Lord of the Rings movies where one of the the Mad King in Lord of the Rings eats bites a tomato up close and it all pops over his chin. No, I can't deal with it.
Oh, you can't. Oh, no.
Nah, it's like eating a zit. Yep.
Nice. Okay, there we go. Moving swiftly along. There you are. Next question. This is a fucking awful. There's a novel. Oh, I can't get the fucking words in.
All right, Boris Johnson.
That's what I was like there. I was like, fucking what? I thought I was having a stroke. Can't get the words out. There's an awful correlation here between the fry theme. So, if you could choose one piece of a fry to eat for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, fuck.
Bacon.
Sausages.
Would you be a sausage? Yeah. I'm fucking killed with heartburn sausages.
Or potato bread.
Oh no. Oh no.
What?
I would take it if it's there, but I wouldn't. Oh no. Bacon, definitely. And then sausages.
Sausages first.
And then white pudding. And then, I would. Potato bread's way down. Like,
fuck.
See, I'm a carnivore. Like, I love my meat.
Vegetable roll.
I fucking roll, you know what I mean?
Vegetable roll.
There you are. Vegetable roll. Okay, thank you. If you had, I read this earlier on, and I was like, what? If you had to describe both of your comedy styles as a genre, how would you do it? Culty?
No. Hilarious?
Yeah, well, I would say funny, yeah. I mean, I have a culty accent, but I don't think there's anything culty about me.
Is that somebody calling us? See, you calling us culties, you fucking
I assume.
keyboard warrior, fucking type in the pay for the privilege to call somebody a cunt.
But I understand.
£2.50 a month, fucking agony hour. Sorry.
I understand me being called a culty, but I don't understand why they're calling you culty. But if you had to describe both your comedy styles, would you describe it as culty?
I think I would call mine sort of just, would mine be it's like storytelling, I suppose, kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Storytelling with jokes.
Yeah, self-deprecating kind of like.
It's not. There's no one-liners in that crack. It's not. It's not a one-liner set.
Aye.
That's what I mean. Like, it's not.
I think a lot of people like
Because most comedians here are storyteller type comedians. There's very few will be one-liners.
Yeah, there's a weird thing where like in reviews and stuff, I always get described as like it's like sitting in the pub with your best mate.
Yeah,
right?
conversational style sort of stuff. Yeah,
but I always want to like find the reviewer and go, I agree with you, but can you just but your best mate happens to be the funniest comedian in Northern Ireland?
Or even just your mate has to be funny as fuck. Yeah, no, I mean, I obviously I have a Tyrone accent, so I would be classed as culty, even though I've done this in stand-up before. There's a big difference between a townie and a culty.
All right.
And I don't unless he means the way we all know it to mean that culty is short for cultured. I don't know if that's maybe what he thinks.
I think there's maybe a thing. There's a weird thing when you do stand up here, right? And it's something I've noticed quite a bit as well over the last few years. A lot of people in Northern and indeed Ireland, in fact, anywhere in the world that you go, they want the stand up to be a lot of it has to be about them and where they are. So you might see me doing stand up in Tyrone and I'm doing culty heavy material.
Yes.
You might see me in Belfast and I'm doing
absolutely, yeah.
But if you see me in any other country in the world, I'll mention Northern Ireland real quick at the start and then it's everything else.
That's it, because you can't. I mean, you have to be universal in your themes because
that's what I describe mine as universal.
Universal. There we are. What else have we got? Right.
When on Mars be laughing?
When have you lads ever had your biggest post-show high? Like you fucking killed it and you're buzzing. How did you deal with it? How did it affect you? Your first ever? When was that? I know you've had a load of them, but when's your first one?
Like the first time I did the Empire.
Right.
And drilled it. Because I remember like at the end of the show listening and I got a bigger cheer than the headliner. And being like, nice. Fuck me. And it was, fuck! I've been doing stand-up like 14 years.
What, this year, is it?
No, 13 years.
Right.
When was 2008?
I'm 10 now. 10 years in it. So
2008.
I'll be right.
13?
13, yeah.
Fucking hell. So yeah, it was about, like, it was late April, early May. And it was still bright outside whenever the show was over. And I remember phoning my sister and being like, so, because when I first smoked, phoned my sister to tell her it was doing all right, and Jake O'Kane came walking out and came walking straight over to me and was like, brilliant stuff. Shook my hand and went, I'll see you again soon. And at that time I was like, it's fucking Jake O'Kane. And I was like, Jake O'Kane just walked over and said I was class. And she started crying on the phone. And I was like, what the fuck? That, I think, when I did support for Kilty in the Odyssey,
Right, yeah.
and it was the Thursday after I did it, when I was eating my dinner and I had my laptop beside me, and somebody posted a photo of the crowd and I had to throw my dinner in the bin because I forgot I'd done it. It was that fucking scary.
Yeah, just completely blank.
Completely forgot. There's been a bunch. I think the Dave's One Night Stand one in the Opera House as well. That was one where I was like, fuck, I
Really enjoyed that one.
because I was on all night doing warm up and doing a set,
Right.
and there was really big comedians around. So it was like
That's always
it
works
was
well,
like getting invited into a fucking exclusive club.
Yeah, come on in here.
Yeah. Do you want a beer?
wee seat,
Fucking,
no.
I'd love one,
Yeah, I've had a couple of great nights on stage. You know, nothing big in the sense that obviously
What is
David
it?
is that, but
The
I mean,
first
Ulster
time
Hall,
you
like,
did the Ulster Hall, something like that.
that was amazing. But then the next morning, that's the reality of it. So you do the Ulster Hall, and I think the first time was with Shane, and obviously he sold it out, and then it was great and everything went well. And the next morning at like 7:30, you're changing nappy, and you're going, was I in the Ulster Hall last night? What
Who
the
put this
fuck?
nappy on me?
So, but the high
35.
the high doesn't really last very long in that sense. But that was to me that was like, not that I'd made it, but I was like, right, I've got a chance now. I know I can do it in front of that big number.
Aye.
And then I've done it since then. But one night in Lavery's, I had a fucking like. Do you know what just when it happens? Do you know what just something in the comedy gods just works in your favor, and the room was just ideal. I had just done the same time on the set across town in the Sunflower.
Yeah.
Died on my hole. Came over word for word, did the same thing, and get us walking up to me after walking away. He was like, "Fuck me, that was like Def Jam stuff." And I was like, "I don't know what happened there. I have no idea what went on."
There's a bunch of Lavies was fucking great for that. When Lavies was really, really cooking.
When it's going,
yeah.
it's fucking going. Like it would remind you of when Daly's when it was at its peak, like when it's electric, like that. The fucking, it's just.
Daly's another one, yeah. Where you walk to the back of the room and you can't even get there because people are just like,
Yeah.
"What was that?" You're like, "I don't even know."
I don't know. So yeah, thank you very much for
I
that.
can't fucking wait to get back to it.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
Let me see. Afternoon, gents. Hope you're both well. As one of the Ibdiqua, I enjoyed the new ASMR portion last Monday. Perhaps this week, Joe Pesci or the Troubles could be the topic. Oh, fuck. Some of those bomb warnings were whispered. A wee countdown would be nice. A bit longer too, please. I barely got a semi during last week's.
Did we do that last week?
I think it was last week. Love the
I
egg in the
swear
air.
to God, my fucking brain melts every time we do one of these.
Just rubbing on. Deckchair, Yumz, and the quizzes, guys. Best wishes to Carlos. There you are.
I'll tell him he said hello.
Yeah, I don't know what we went into some sort of ASMR last week for the crack, but I
know.
think
It's
you say we forget. I don't know.
I think it's because a lot of this now, we're so used to doing the podcast, we turn up, we don't even chat about what we're going to do.
No, we just talk.
We just start. And then people are like, "Oh, that was brilliant." You go, "Did we say that?"
Yeah. Somebody stopped me in the shop the other day, mentioned something really random. Like I can't remember what it was, and I was like, "What?" I'm like, "Oh, the podcast." I was like, "Oh, right, okay." I had no fucking clue it even said it. I don't know. Like I was really looking and going, "How do you know that?"
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Somebody sent us a video. What's going on here? It's like comedy porn, and then a Pornhub link. But do we want to watch the Pornhub link?
Yeah.
Okay, all right then.
Now this is because people are gonna be like, "Why don't you put the porn up on the screen like on General Banter?"
Oh,
Because we don't know how to.
yeah, that's not. So we'll not do that, then, will we?
I mean, we'll watch it after, and then we'll talk about it.
Right, that'll do. Okay.
I don't, unless it. Well, no.
Nah, we don't know. It could be anything. It could be fucking. Yeah.
It can be fucking weird.
Right. Well, lads, I remember one time you said Aaron McCann on the podcast. Is having guests something you'll do more in the future, or do you prefer just having two great comedians in one room? Thanks for the entertainment over the past year and a half. I like the two great comedians in one room. That's good. Having three great comedians isn't a bad thing either. But
both of them are me though. I think because the McCann one
that was a very just ad hoc thing. It was just like
I
spontaneous.
think
It just
had
happened.
me and him done General Banter that morning or something, and then came up here.
No, you had
I
met
gave
him here
the
for a
phone.
cup of maybe for a cup of coffee or something in the morning, and then you were like, "Do you want to go in?" And it was just
it was just happened to be
like that. So there was no planning actually went into
Yeah.
it. So
That's always because we record this up here. It's always a wee bit of you don't really want to say to other comedians. Do you fancy coming the whole fucking track?
yeah,
up?
that the travel the whole way down.
Yeah, and I mean we do keep meaning to phone other comedians and all that sort of stuff, but it's not something you'd be against at all. It's just we just haven't done it.
Yeah, we just haven't done it. Let me see. Why fucking Guan with this crypto shit? Why am I getting shafted? Yeah, there's a massive dip. Well, there was a massive dip. It's starting to come up today. Yeah, it's just I got out of. I know you don't have any.
Yeah. I invest solely in sanitary towels. They're a luxury item.
I had about £1,200 worth of Bitcoin, and thankfully I got rid of it 2 days before the crash of it, because it lost nearly 35% of value.
Bitcoin did?
Yeah,
Jesus,
way down.
What's going on?
Something's going on. XRP you still can't buy, so that means XRP is going to be the one. But what I would say to anybody, we talked about crypto on here before, and we always talk about it in the Just Rabbit and all, and we'll talk it again. But if you are invested in it and you have a bit of money in it and you're worried about it, just take it out if you can. Take it out of the apps, because that's the one thing I realized. I was like, well, what happens to the app if the whoever owns the app decides just, I'm going to shut down this app? All your money's gone. All your fucking everything you put into it.
I can't wait to go back to trading chicken bones.
No, give you some rice.
Here's a
party
dinner.
I'll trade you potato bread.
Oh.
So
Cabbages.
you can buy yourself. Go and do it if you can, and you have the money. I wouldn't do it if you've put £20 in or put £200 in, and you want to. Like this guy's worried about getting shafted. That's a short term thing, and this is supposed to be long term. But if you have money in it, proper money, go and get yourself an electronic a wallet. Go and buy a wallet. They're about £75, and transfer it out of Coinbase or Binance or wherever it is. Get it out of there and put it into your wallet and just keep it safe, and that'll stop any of that shit.
How do you make that cold hard cash?
Well, it's
Transfer
you would transfer it back to either one of those apps or whatever to transfer to cash. But again, this is a long term investment. You should be keeping this to the point where this is cash. That, you know what I mean? The reset. That's the point of it. Is that this is going to be the asset back to it. So. It's a long term. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're not wanker. Not allowed live music in the pub, but the Bible huggers can put on a live gig in a church. Oh, we're not getting into that fucking.
I don't know. If I had the gig in a chapel, I'll fucking do it, by the way.
Well, I
imagine there.
The Portaferry. It's like the old chapel.
Oh,
It's fucking amazing.
Imagine
it's wild weird because they're all sitting in pews. And so then the pews that's where they sit their pint glasses.
Aye.
So you're sitting, you're going, that's not what you normally.
I just thought the idea of being like, and now a letter from St. Paul to the Corinthians. What's the deal? There's two types of people in this world. There's black people and there's...
God rest poor Paul. Is that what you're talking about? No.
It was Chris Rock was doing.
Oh, sorry.
Who do you think it was?
Paul Mooney. I thought
Paul Mooney dead?
He died there, aye.
Get the fuck.
Died on Friday or Saturday, I think. Yeah. Fuck. I know. Sorry, I thought that's what you were doing. I thought you were doing a tribute to Paul. Right.
Suppose they all sound the same to you, don't they? I can't believe I said that. Delete that.
I was going to say it because that impersonation was fucking shit. Right. At least I know him shit.
What's some impression of you? Oh, I'm Connor. Bitcoin.
Right, moving swiftly along. If you could go back in history, if you could go back in history and pull any world leaders down at any important moment, what would it be?
Pull their pants down.
If you could pull any world leader's trousers down at an important moment, what would it be? Mine would be Richard Nixon at the moment he said, "I'm not a crook."
Hitler, Nuremberg, obviously. Imagine when he's giving it that, when he does the power grab, that's Juden, douche. And then a million Germans go, Eins Bollock. He only has Eins Bollock. Wer ist der Osse Bollock? The Albert Hall? Definitely, World War II would have been over.
It would have been done. Even at the Olympics, just earlier, we wouldn't even started.
I think they should.
Was Hitler at Nuremberg?
Yeah, was he not?
No,
the Nuremberg, not the trials, the rallies.
I was thinking there. The trials is fucking.
So, okay, time for a history lesson from Uncle Mick. The Nuremberg trials were held at Nuremberg because of the rallies that started the Nazi movement.
The reason I was thinking I was talking about the Nuremberg this morning, actually, but anyway, that's
I personally think. So, do you know that I need to verify this and to fact check this, right? But somebody did tell me at one stage that the whole point of it, like a court jester, I've done something with my mic, was that they would literally at a certain stages walk behind the king and throw shite at his feet. And Julius Caesar, I think, or there was someone like that who had something similar where they would like constantly remind the king that he was just still a man, and not to get too above himself. I think they should put it in now. If I'm in charge of the world, that every world leader at some point during their term, they will not know about it, has to get publicly debagged. Because if they can state their policies with their dick and balls out and people still take it seriously, fair enough.
That's a fair enough rule there.
Do you know what I
Again.
mean? Absolutely fair enough. Like if Joe Biden on Wednesday afternoon was like, Israel, stop blowing up the Palestinians after I sold you guns, but his dick was out, and you believed him, 100%. Do you know what I mean? Imagine just, yes, we can. Huh?
Or Clinton.
Sexual relation. And Monica pulled him down.
How did I know about that fucking birthmark then?
Imagine Thatcher there, where there is poverty, where they bring hope, where there is... And her big fucking devil dick hangs out. Big scaly fire-breathing cock. It's like a fucking graboid. 3 smaller dicks coming out of the mouth. That's the kind of dick Thatcher had, a xenomorph. That's how she actually had her son. She actually, her fanny jumped on her husband's face. And he, fucking just laid egg in his chest. Yep. So that's exactly what happened.
Oh, there you are. That's where we would pull down the trousers from. Right. So next one.
I think that definitely has to happen.
That should be fun. Would be fucking
Once
brilliant.
a year.
Yeah. The Queen. Oh, that'd be fucking great.
Just,
right.
So many of them. Do you know what I mean?
Arlene.
She's not there anymore. Pootsy
Pootsy.
Yeah.
I would do. He would. Tootsie Woodsy Pootsy. He came out with quite a.
Did he say he's Irish and British or something? I heard that.
He hit all 4 fucking. The boy's on the ball. He hit all 4 marks. He said, "I'm British because I'm from the British Isles. I'm Irish because I live in Ireland. I'm Northern Irish because I'm from Northern Ireland, and I'm Ulster man because I'm from Ulster."
Man, it's.
And I was
he's
like,
lying. You know he's lying.
I know he's lying, but at least it's a fucking starting point. And I was like, well, I mean, if you could take it down to Ulster level, you know, somebody's a Protestant Ulsterman, somebody's a Catholic Ulsterman, well, then
Aye.
It will cut out all the other shit if you took that.
Did he say he was a Protestant?
They're nice Protestant.
Fucking Pootsy's a take, I knew it. That's called the long game.
It's them fucking ears, give it away.
His name's actually Edwin Putching.
It's Poots with a fada.
Yeah.
Right.
And a mother.
I don't even know why I fucking was not expecting that, right? So okay, so you know, wank. Right, next one. So I found out that my new neighbour. Oh Jesus! So I found out my new neighbour is the Black Widow of Fermanagh. Really wicked name, and she looks after dogs. So my question is, should I ask her to look after my dogs later in the summer so I can go off on a break? Why is she called the Black Widow?
Is that what Arlene Foster's doing now? She's not First Minister? She's looking after dogs?
So you're walking up fucking Enniskillen High Street with 46 dogs and leads.
A big belt.
Oh, there you are. I mean, if she's called the Black Widow because she used to work for the insurance company or something, maybe, I don't know. But if she's called the Black Widow because she kills things, well then I don't think you would leave her dog with her. But then again, she wouldn't be allowed to operate, so I would say she's fine. They did say, please change my name in case she listens. I was like, no, she doesn't listen.
That's I don't know.
That's a weird one, isn't it? Yeah, Mickey might look after your dog.
I look after your dog.
Say it. No, don't say it because he will fucking, and you'll not get it back.
And it'll be all confusing because I'll be walking it clockwise or anti-clockwise depending on what fucking religion I am that day.
We're going to have to go and do a fucking
moonwalk of dogs that don't believe in Jesus.
We're going to have to go and do a survey around local parks and just stand and go, are you Protestant, Catholic?
Excuse me, if you don't mind me asking, is it a church or a chapel, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, dear. Do you know, chapel was...
It's a wee bit in the side of your head.
Chapel was used as a derogatory term. Do you know that's why?
Really? Mm-hmm. Why is that?
Because chapel isn't actually the religious building. So the sort of Protestant community, to belittle the Catholic, would say, well, they don't have a church, they have a chapel. Because a chapel's only a wee small room.
Right,
it's not actually. So what you'll find is that every church is a church. It was just chapel was fired in to make it sound like we were...
Do you know why the U is silent in synagogue? Because if you pronounce it, it's synagogue. And the Jews were like, we can't be having these tags being like Sinna Jews.
Cynical Jew.
Yeah, Sinna Jew. Yeah, because it makes it sound like they're sinning, and they're also Jewish. So
Go Jew.
Yep, true. That's an absolutely true story.
It's
also,
every day's a school day.
Yep. It's also why it's a silent U in mosque.
Why?
Because Moskwa sounds too Russian.
I was going to go Moscow.
It sounds too Russian.
You don't want to offend the Ruskies.
Yeah, because obviously they don't like Muslims up there. So, you ever see a Russian Muslim?
There you are.
Rest my case.
Satire, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Or is
Chicken
it just
satire?
reality?
I'm tired now.
Skewers.
I need sleepies.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Yep, Ulster Hall tickets are on sale. Tickets for the outdoor shows are going to be announced, I think, on Friday. Leave us a review, unless it's a bad one, which case keep your fucking mouth shut. And if you were affected by any of the issues raised in this podcast, then don't fucking message me on my social media slagging me off unless you're perfect. You monters.
Challenge has been laid out.
Only joking. That's like if I. That's the video one. That's the video one they use whenever they find the bodies in my car. It's an S.I. joke. There's only one body. That's mine. Anyway, cheerio. See you later. What's up, motherfuckers?